So first, let me apologize for the quality of this video I'm putting together. I wanted to do this quick for somebody who had commented on my previous video about taking ForeFlight flight plans and converting them so they could be imported into a Garmin G1000 is what we import them to. They wanted to do this on a Mac, and I do have a Mac version out there. If you look in the description, there's a link now that points to the Mac version of this program that converts it. What I wanted to do was to spend just a little bit of time here and go through how you would actually run the program on a Mac. Sometimes I take for granted that all Mac users are also Linux people who know command lines and changing directories and the file system and know how to maneuver around these systems. But anyways, I thought I'd take a moment here and go through and talk about this. So we're going to start with this flight plan here. It's actually Idaho Falls to Coeur d'Alene. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to share this flight plan by going here, and we're going to do a share FPL file, and we're going to save it to files. We're going to save it here, and let's see, let's cancel that, and let's try to do, let's share this this directly. There's two ways to do this. You can share it so that you've got a local copy on your iPad by going save to files, or you can go directly, kind of skip a step, and you can share it through AirDrop to, let me activate my MacBook Air here that I've got behind. See, now that comes up. So let's go directly to the MacBook Air. So we're going to send that file to the MacBook Air, and it's as easy as that. So we're done there sharing that. Notice that the default is always ForeFlight. If we were to let's say save that file or do what we just did, you can always come up in here and you can always change the name to something else. Guess I have to actually type on here. You can change it to something else, whatever you want to save it to. By default, it makes a file called ForeFlight.fpl. So let's cancel out of here, and we'll cancel here. All right, we'll get the iPad out of the way. So the way I've got mine set up is that when I go through a share, it goes into the downloads when I use AirDrop, and I think that's the default. You might be able to change that in settings, but here's the file that we just sent down. So this is in the downloads folder. I like, my personal opinion, I like to work off of the desktop, and so I'm going to just drag this off to the desktop over here. Now I'm going to put this away because now I'm going to start working with the command line. You can name this anything you want, doesn't matter. You're going to be doing some typing, so the smaller the file names, the easier it is to run the programs. Let's make sure that I've got my camera set up here right after taking that away. Okay, you can see up here is where the ForeFlight file now is on the desktop. You'll also notice down here in the bottom there's a file, and it's called FTOG. That's basically short for ForeFlight to Garmin. And then the 5 September 2021-Mac. It's the Mac version I had on my Dropbox. And the last time I compiled this program was September 5th, 2021. So that's what that all means. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to bring up, I've got terminal down here in my taskbar, but if you were to run off Launchpad and go into Other, that's where the terminal program resides, at least on the version of macOS that I'm running. So that's where you'd find that. So let's run the terminal. Basically, what you're going to find out is that the Mac doesn't work like the Windows box. It should be as easy as just taking this ForeFlight file, dragging it down here to the program, and then the program would run and create the Garmin compatible file. Well, the Mac doesn't work that way. Now you could set up a shell script. One of the people that commented on my video said that they would set up a shell script or some kind of a script to automate it, Perl, Python, whatever, to make it easier, and that's entirely possible. But as far as I know, there's no way to do a drag and drop like you can in Windows. So you end up either running a script or you end up typing in a command. Let me make that window a little bit bigger here. Okay, so the text will be a little bit bigger. So the place where I'm at right now by default is in my home directory, users Jeff, and I want to change to the desktop. So if I do an ls-l, long listing is what that stands for, you'll see here the desktop. Okay, that's one of the directories that I can go to from where I'm at. So I'm going to change directory to desktop. Now you don't have to type out the whole thing. I'm probably not telling people something they don't know, but maybe somebody doesn't know this. You can type in the first few characters, hit the tab key, and it'll finish it for you. Okay, so I'm going to hit return. Now my PWD is print working directory. Now my working directory is users Jeff desktop. If I do an ls, I can see here's the ForeFlight.fpl file, and down here is the Mac version of the ForeFlight to Garmin. Now you can simplify this. You don't have to keep it that name. You can make that name anything you want. I'm going to do a move and FTOG, hit the tab key. I'm going to move that file to FTOG just to make it easy. And you'll notice down here the file name changed. If I do an ls now, I have the executable FTOG, and then I've got the ForeFlight file here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this program from the command line. Now, a while ago, and you can fix this, but a while ago, for security reasons, Linux machines, Unix machines, and Macs in this case, don't have your current working directory in your path. And it's a security thing that I won't get into, but if you want, you can go and modify your environment variable path, and you can add basically the dot, which is your current working directory. So how you get around that is by putting the // in front and then FTOG, and then you run the program to convert the file. If you don't put that // in front, if I just go FTOG, it's going to say command not found, and the reason is because it doesn't look in your current working directory for the command you're trying to run. It goes into user bin, /bin, places like that where executable programs normally reside. So you put a // in front, FTOG, hit the space bar, and then you type in the ForeFlight. I'm going to hit the tab key to complete it for me. And this is all you got to do. You do it this way, and you hit a return. Now if I do an LS, you're going to see, here's my program I just ran. Here's the ForeFlight file that I downloaded from my iPad from ForeFlight. And notice there's an identical file with a G dash in front of it. That's the Garmin converted file. And that's how you do it on a Mac.